All right. Sorry, everybody. I had some technical difficulties. I'm trying to invite, and yes, they should join us together. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm ready for all this rain to go away.
Oh my gosh, too. Fingerprints, earprints on my phone.
Right.
My phone for a little bit. How are you doing today? I am so tired of this rain, I will tell you.
I'm so All right, so the reason why I asked you to join me was I would like to know why you choose the that we are with. Like, what was your why? Why did you join and pick this company?
Well, so I'll take you back a little bit. When I was working a full-time job, okay, I worked at a factory, corporate life, worked for somebody else, always being told when I was going to get a raise and all that lovely stuff. And I found my better half. Me and him met, and we found out we were pregnant with baby number one, and we had that beautiful baby. I went on maternity leave, but a year later, I had another one, so I went on maternity leave again. And when I come back off that maternity leave, my job greeted me at the door and told me that I didn't have the position that I was in. And I had been in that position for 5 years. And so they told me that they had moved my stuff and everything out of the position that I had left when I went on maternity leave, and put me in a different spot. I was an emotional mess. Okay. Number one, I'm already an emotional mess because I left my kid, my brand new baby. And, it was really heartbreaking for me. Like, it was super hard. And I called Eric and I was crying, like, oh my gosh, like, I had this position for 5 years, and they just told me that I don't have it anymore. Like, they moved me to a different position, something I don't know anything about. And he said, well, it sounds like they're trying to get rid of you. Um, and at that moment, like, I hit probably the lowest part in my life. I was very depressed. I was just an emotional mess. And I started quickly, let's put it quickly, gaining weight. And I knew at that point that I was very disposable. Like, they could get rid of me at any time, and I needed to do something to take control of my future. So I had dabbled and been in network marketing. I started back in 2007, but I'd taken a short period there because I was a single mom and I had to do the things to make sure that I was making a living, keep a roof over our head. So I was like, now is my time. So I jumped in with another company, and I tried to make things work with that company. And things just like, I just couldn't do it. You had to have so much inventory. And then when, you sold what you were showing, then you had to go and send it in the mail. And it was just too much for me. Like, I just couldn't do it and work a full-time job. And I just wasn't successful, and I wasn't seeing the income that I needed for the work that I was doing. So I left that company and I went to another one. And I was in that company for 2 years, and I actually went to some high ranks with that company, but I wasn't seeing the money. Like, I wasn't seeing the results that I needed to secure a better future. The comp plan wasn't set up where I could be completely successful off of just making sales. I had to build this massive team, and, building a massive team is super hard. And, basically what you're banking off of is, when you build a team, you're making money off of the people that are under you because they buy products. So the business model wasn't there. I was having to be spammy, pammy, and sending messages to random people. Like we'd go on this blitz of, okay, tonight, people, I challenge you to send 100 messages to people tonight about the special promo going on. And I remember like, I don't want to do this. Like, I feel icky doing this, but I did it and I didn't like it and I didn't like the feeling
Right.
of it. And, and I was like, it's just not me. Like I don't like it, and on top of that, I was limited on the people that I could sell to, like I had a specific market because that was what the products were made for, were, just women and women that wore, makeup, and I was just to that certain limited limited circle of people to purchase products. And then I seen my upline and she left our company. She had a team of over 400 people. And she left and went to another place. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to be a quitter. Okay. Like, I am not going to be a quitter. Okay. Like, I put 2 years into work. So I don't know what, something fell on the porch. So that was my mentality of like, I'm not going to be a quitter. I'm not going to just jump ship, you know. So I hung in there and I stuck with it. And I was like, maybe like, since she's like went somewhere else, like maybe I'll pick up some more customers. Maybe I'll pick up some more sales. And maybe things will get better, right? That was my hope. So like I stuck in there for a little bit and I just kept watching her, and I watched how things changed for her, how she got more success more quickly and without a large team. Like she just left and she had a team of 400 and she went over here and she started making massive success and making a good income without having a huge team. And I was like, maybe there's something to that. Maybe I need to open my mind and maybe I need to take a peek. Like maybe. So I still just watched from a distance. I would just like, I'm proud of you and, cheered her on, but I still wasn't to that point. I was like, if I just hang in here long enough, if I just keep doing the live videos, one of these are going to go viral, like you see all them beauty guides that go viral. But to be honest, there's so many people that are meant to be that viral person or that viral beauty guide, and not all of us are designed to be that. And and a lot of people that are at the top of some of the companies, their downline doesn't have the same success. It's really hard for anyone in their downline to create the same success. But when I watched my upline leave and I watched her go over to this company, I watched how, there were other people that joined her and they were able to create the same success. They were able to duplicate. And I was like, like I've struggled for 2 years and not been able to duplicate the success of my uplines. And I was like, so I need to know. So I asked her, I was like, listen, I need to know. Like, can you give me some info on what's going on? And she sent me a video, a really short video, which if you're interested in seeing that video, you can drop it below and Kelly can send it to you. But she sent me the short video and I watched it and I was like, oh my gosh. And I watched it again and I was like, oh, okay. I probably watched it several times. And I showed my better half. I only had like $20 to my name. Okay. I mean, I worked a full-time job for 9 years in corporate America and I had 20 freaking dollars, probably, maybe, to my name. And I was like, oh my gosh, but I need in. Like, I need in now. Like, I need in this business because there's something there. There's something that I need to be a part of right now. And so I broke down and I borrowed the money. And I joined in and I mean, I like took off running. I didn't have any products, I hadn't even used the products, but I was able to start making sales in 24 hours after I purchased my kit. Because we have testimonies of thousands and thousands of real human beings, not no magazine or not no fake people.
Of the people is like,
yeah,
they get results. So that's my place is. So tell me, like, how long have you been using the products, and what has it done as far as your testimony in your weight loss journey?
So, so I've been using the products for a year. Well, actually, it's been a couple of months over a year. I use them consistently, except for, like I had a moment there where like my mom was in the hospital, and so I had to, live life, do things, was super busy on the road, ate a lot of junk food. And so I kind of slipped off there for a little bit, but that's human. Like that's human nature. And that's what I like that this is built around. This is built around reality. Okay. This is built around real people. This is built around being able to eat normally and not starve yourself or have to use 50 million products to get the results. Um, so I've been using them for quite a while, but I did have like a moment there, like where just life happened, holidays, you name it, like it all kind of like trickled into effect. But I do have my results here. This is just 5 months. This is 5 months of me sticking with it and staying consistent using the products and not stopping.
It's
And
amazing. Like,
so
I'm blown away.
this,
Like,
yeah, this is me. And, it looks like I've lost a ton of weight in these pictures. And I actually went back the other day and I was like, okay, when I shared these pictures, what did I share with this picture? And, right here, this is just 39 pounds. But can you believe all the
right,
inches? Like the body composition is
right,
insane. I tell a lot of people when they start the products, make sure you do the before pictures. I know they're uncomfortable. I was super depressed and I did not want to look at myself in the
right.
mirror, but I still took the pictures. And, this right here shows that they work. Like I used them consistently and I didn't stop. This is 5 months. I mean, and it's so easy. Like it's so easy to do. Just a tablespoon in the morning. Like who can't take a tablespoon in the
Right.
morning or, who can't take a tablet with every meal? Like it's so super simple that anybody can
Right.
do it. I didn't go on no fad diet. I didn't stress myself out about like, really portioning out and measuring things and stuff like that. I just did simple life changes that any of us can do. Okay. It's, like drink more water. I can do
Right.
that. Drink less pop. I
I
can
don't
do
drink,
that.
so that's already a plus on my.
Right, right. So, trying to avoid fried
Yeah.
foods. That's simple. That's really easy. Like instead of getting the French fries when you go to McDonald's, grab you a grilled chicken sandwich. Like it's super simple. It's nothing that is nobody can. It's for anybody to
So
get
tell me about
success. Um,
flavors of the Fat Blaster, as it's called. Yeah, I know the name,
yeah.
but that's what we call it. Is the Fat Blaster. Like, what's the different flavors? What is it? What's the consistency? What's it taste like? That kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh. So the flavors are amazing. Like and they're delicious. A lot of people do get concerned about the flavors and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like I'm super
Right? I'm
picky and it's
super
going to be
nervous.
icky."
It's gonna be
Um
lime, and I'm like, I don't like coconut, but I'm gonna chug it down because I can chug anything down that's one spoonful a day. Like I can handle it.
Yeah. So, coconut lime is a lot of my people will tell you it tastes like key lime pie, and it is only a tablespoon, so you can totally do it. Even, I know I'm not a big
Watch
coconut
me
fan, but
on
I
key
did.
lime pie now. Like after I get used to it, I'll probably crave it. I've never had it a day in my life.
Right? So it's super simple, like I took the tablespoon a day. Then we have chocolate, and the chocolate tastes like brownie batter. Okay, now it's the one that I'm addicted to. It's the one that I use majority of the time. I absolutely love it because who doesn't like chocolate? Who doesn't like a chocolate candy bar? Like if you're a chocolate lover, you can drop the chocolate bar below because I mean it's really, really good. So I mean, it tastes like brownie batter, like literally brownie batter. Um, Then there's the lemon. The lemon is new to me because I've not tried it before. I just got it this
Okay.
month. And the lemon tastes really good. Like if you like lemon, it's like a lemon, like, like a tart little lemon, like lemon pudding. And I really like it, and it's only one
Right.
tablespoon, so super easy to do. And then there's vanilla. The vanilla to me is not like a full-on vanilla flavor, okay? It is like a taste of like butterscotch with like maybe a touch of coconut in it. I don't know, like it's not a straight on like you're not eating vanilla pudding. But it's good and I used it for a month. I might actually use it for 2 months. So I enjoyed it. Vanilla is a good flavor to use. And our newest one is mango, which is 75% sold out right
Right.
now. It's about to be gone. It's probably further than 75% because it's been like a few days since I
Mhm.
checked. But it's a limited time flavor, and if you like mangoes, like it is just like mangoes, okay? I got to try it at conference. And if you love mangoes, you need to grab that flavor. It's a limited time, and it is about sold out because I can't remember. It's actually probably been a week since I checked the status, or no, maybe not that long, but it was 75% sold out last time I checked. So
What is
it's about to be gone.
what's the consistency of like the product? Is it almost like a pudding, or is it more like a pure liquid, like you drink it type thing? Like, what would you?
Um, the chocolate, I would say the chocolate is like the consistency of brownie batter, maybe just like a little bit
Okay.
thinner. And the rest of them are just like they're real thin, like they're real smooth. They're not like a pudding texture. Like pudding is
Hmm.
thick, and so these aren't like
Okay.
thick, but they're not like completely like water, like medicine, if that makes sense. Like, so they have a little bit of fluff to them, but they're not as thick as like a pudding or a yogurt. So they're super easy to take. And yeah, I mean, like, it's so simple. And my results, like, I
Oh,
really didn't want to believe in the products. And I have lots of customers that don't want to believe in the products. And I had one message me the other day and he sent me his pictures and he was like, "Oh my gosh, like this is my 2 months results and I am a
right.
believer." And he posted on his timeline, he was like, "Okay, like I was totally skeptical and I didn't want to, but like these products do work. Like check out my results." And so I was super proud of him and I have so many that are like that. And like I
Yeah.
mean, the results are priceless and it doesn't matter what the scale says. So I'm going to tell everybody, you know, stay off the scales. I started using these products and I really just relied on my before pictures and then comparing my journey, and just seeing the changes in, inches
Well,
being
and you
gone.
what
Um,
a 5 month consistency in those pictures, correct?
yep, 5 months, 5 months. That's it. Yep.
Right.
And that's
Like
just, I
they're
mean,
they're all natural. That's what I like. That has collagen,
mhm.
which is what like you're not sagging. Your skin isn't sagging because the collagen's like tightening up the skin as you're losing the weight, which is like I love it.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, like, look, like my belly was hanging over. I mean, I had two C-sections. Okay, so like my muscles were pretty much, done for. Like two C-sections, only a year apart. My body didn't have time to heal from the first one. And so I was just like my body was struggling, but I was struggling too mentally. Like I was just struggling
We
all around. And
when we start getting out of shape and we just feel like we can't get back to where we used to be. We just
yeah, and I was like, like people are like, well, you just need to learn to love your body and it's just a part of aging and
right. And it doesn't.
and I was
That's the
like,
thing. It doesn't
yeah,
have to be.
right. And and I thought maybe I would have to accept this. Like maybe I'd have to accept this picture of me at the beginning and I didn't want to. Like the easiest things in life were so complicated for me, just trying to tie my shoes or, trying to shape my legs in the shower. Like I can't tell you how depressing it was and how I felt in those moments of trying to shape my legs and realizing that like I couldn't see anything above my knee because my belly, and trying to bend over, like it always being in the way. And I remember, we took family pictures over here before I started on these products. And I remember the photographer asked us to like give each other a kiss. And, Eric, he has a little bit of a belly on him, and my belly was quite large. And I remember, making, I always made light of my position. I always made light of my weight. I always try to make a joke of it, never wanted to show anyone that it bothered me of where I was. I always just wanted to play it off. I love food and, just make light of it. But I remember that day when we was taking pictures and she asked us to give each other a kiss, and I remember, like I laughed at it in the moment, but it really did bother me that, trying to give him a kiss and my belly was in the way. It was like I was pregnant for the fourth time, and that bothered me, not to just be the normal person that I used to be. And, so there's so many things that, I really tried to not let bother me when I was larger, and tried to accept and, be one of them, love your curves. And, but, like, it's not just the physical, okay? It's not just the physical appearance. It's more of living life and being present. It's priceless, okay? You cannot put a price on what this has given me. I mean, really, like, I can't put a price on being present in my kids' pictures, because before I didn't want to be in those pictures. I didn't. I hated to see myself in a picture. And so I never wanted to even share those pictures with anyone if I was in them. I was very super self-conscious of my fat arms when I wore short sleeves. My legs in a pair of shorts, and when I would sit down, having them poof out, like it really bothered me. And it made it where I was not fully present, because you have to realize, when you're constantly thinking about that, when you're constantly thinking about the fat roll showing through the back of your shirt, when you're constantly thinking about, when I sit down on these bleachers at my daughter's basketball game, how my legs look, and you're always trying to prop yourself a certain way and look around and see if people are staring at you, you're not being present. You're not living your life. You're not comfortable in your skin to be present. And so for me, that's priceless. You cannot put a price on that ever, because now I'm active. Now I'm outside. I don't mind that it's hot weather. Bring on the hot weather. I'm ready to sweat it out. Going up a flight of stairs, okay, like I can handle that. Putting on a pair of shorts, check out these legs. They are skinnier than they have been, and they are never going to look like that ever again.
The products, did you also do a workout regimen with it, or did you mostly just do the products and now you're starting to kind of pick up on exercise?
Well, I'm not good at exercising, okay? And when I started the products, I worked a desk job, so I was not very active. And I fired my boss about 3 or 4 months into the business. And so for those 3 or 4 months, I was not active. I was pretty much, sitting at a desk, or I might walk around in our factory or something, but I wasn't highly physically active. I did no exercises. I did no special diet. I actually increased what I ate, because before these products, I was starving myself. And I thought, and not starving myself like, okay, like really, I was just like, I was skipping breakfast, and I would sometimes skip lunch. And it wasn't that I was like starving. It was just like, oh, I don't feel hungry. I just want to eat breakfast, because I'm just not that hungry. And then lunchtime would come, and I might eat like a bag of chips or something not healthy, but I never would like eat food. And I figured, well, I'm not eating that much. Like the weight has to go somewhere, right? Like that kind of makes sense. But that's totally
Right.
wrong. And a lot of people think I'm crazy, but I'm like, you need to eat more, okay, girlfriend? Like, you need to eat more. And that's one thing that these products has blessed me with is I can eat. I can eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'm still losing
Right.
weight. Um, so I've actually got to eat more. And I've not been paying attention to particular like eating a ton of veggies or eating a ton of anything. Like I eat the things that I like. Like I said before, I just try to avoid fried foods. Like really super simple. Like don't stress yourself out. Try to drink more water, less pop. Try to not eat the bag of Doritos and eat something else, like eat a handful of almonds or eat, a granola bar or eat a Fiber One bar instead of that bag of Doritos or, don't eat a bowl of ice cream at night. That was a bad habit that I had. So, because we would sit down on the couch at night and like we'd eat a bowl of ice cream every night. So, like simple things like that. I can totally do without a bowl of ice cream at nighttime. Now, do I do that all the time? No, we had a bowl of ice cream last night. So it's not that I have to like completely unlive my
Right.
life. I get to live, like normal. But I just have products that do an amazing job and, have really given me my life back. So,
Yeah. Show your journey one more time, like your picture, and then we'll end this session.
yeah, I like have to bring my phone locked up, so I have to bring it up again. But a lot of people, like you can't put a price on it, okay? Like you cannot put a price on
5 months.
having your health.
5 months.
I mean, yeah,
5 months.
there's so much, like you can love your body and that's good. I
Yeah.
mean, I encourage you to love your body and love who you are, and I want you to be that way, but also consider the health part of things. The things that now I'm not worried about. The things of, like having a high risk of diabetes or heart failure or stroke at a young age or, not being there for my kids because I was sick or unhealthy. Living a better, healthier life, like it's priceless in so many ways that sometimes we get so stuck in the hustle and bustle of life. And I think that's something, in recent events, we've all kind of been able to slow down and kind of really evaluate our lives. And, we've been able to kind of think about things a little bit more because we're not so busy and hustling and running around like crazy. And so it's a big awakening like that. You might feel fine and you might love the body that you're in, and that's totally fine. But, what is your body at risk?
Most people are
Huh?
lying to themselves if they
Yeah.
say they're in love with their skin and they're overweight.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, and we want to make light of the situation because
Right.
I was one of those that just wanted to make light of the situation that I was in. I just wanted to just kind of ignore it in a way, just kind of not really ignore it, like it was up in my face, but like I didn't want to face the
Mhm.
true reality of what I was in, the situation I was in,
No,
the risk I was putting myself
spoonful a
at.
day. Like,
Yeah. I mean, anybody can do a spoon a day. Anybody can, take a spoon a day and take a tablet with every meal.
yeah,
Anybody can do that. I don't care how busy you are. You can make all the
right.
excuses, but you can throw that in your purse. And some people they get so caught up. They're like, "Well, how much is it?" And I have some people that are like, "Okay, well, I don't know." And I'm like, "Listen, it's $5 a day." And I had to reevaluate this myself, okay? You're not alone in thinking, well, okay, I'm not sure because I have to spend that money. But listen, it's $5 a day.
And most add on
And
coffee.
yeah, I mean, some people spend $5 a day on coffee. I was spending it $5 more than $5 a day in a vending machine at
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
Um, I still spend more than $5 a day on clothes because I love clothes. And I see people sometimes they're like, well, I don't know if I can afford it, but then, you go and get your nails done. So which one is really benefiting you? Which one is really truly
Right.
priceless to you? It's all about what you have set as your
Yeah.
priority,
Yeah.
okay? Anybody can afford this. I mean, it really is. Anybody can do this. I'm totally guilty of spending $5 on junk that I don't need. Toys that get ruined in 10 seconds by my kids. Like, I mean, there's so many ways that I spend that $5 on something that's nearly going to benefit me the way that
Yeah.
this is. So,
Well, thank you so much for joining me and
you're
sharing
welcome.
all about your story and sharing your pictures to be able to show people, it's real. You're real.
Yeah, I'm a real person and it really works. So, woo woo.
So yeah, I can't wait. Mine gets here tomorrow, so I'm really excited to start.
Oh my gosh, I can't
Already,
wait. It's going to be so
I've already got
exciting.
most of my pictures. I think I'm gonna do a few other pictures just because my legs are. I'm really excited about my waist. Yes, because all of a sudden, whenever we started doing the hip hugger jeans, gaining weight in my abdomen instead of my legs, and so now I've got it both areas, and I'm like, so yeah. So I'm gonna take a few more pictures just so I can show my journey along the way. But yeah, I'm super super stoked about it. So
Yes, I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear
yes,
about it.
yes. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you are still with us, hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, please hashtag replay. We'll talk to you later.